Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the updated stages for the Dramatic Battles event and how we can obviously take on the new stages and get the victory. Now there have been 3 additional new stages that have joined in. We have the fight against Captain Ginyu. We then have a fight against Cell, or with Cell against Piccolo, and then we have a fight against Majin Vegeta. Now, the first stages of each fight have a certain amount of tactics, and then the second stages of each fight obviously also have their own tactics. We'll take on the first stage of each one, and then we will take on the second stage. The tactics will be on the left hand side, or the team build that I used, depending on which fight it is. Now the fight against Captain Ginyu is pretty simple. When we look at the Captain Ginyu fight, it's pretty simple. The main focus is just stalling until you get to 100 timer counts. If you can do that, then you pretty much will instantly win once you hit the Rising Rush post the like 100 timer count expiry. So it's definitely something that I suggest you do for sure. The next fight is against Piccolo. In this one you'll be using first form Cell. This one will be tricky in its own ways. The main thing that you will need to do here is to use your special skill that Cell may have. So in this one you use Cell's green card to be able to do enough damage. You're going to need to do it at the very least 3 times to get the win. 4 times will guarantee it. If you do it 3 times and hit the Rising Rush, you'll get the win. If you do it 4 times, you can beat him with just normal attacks. Now my suggestion is of course to make sure that you use that green card when the Piccolo unit is kind of throwing a couple blast attacks at you. It's very helpful and very important that you do so. Makes your life a lot more, I want to say, easier, stable, etc. So definitely something to do. Then we have the fight against Majin Vegeta. Here your main focal point should essentially be to have the Vanish Step. Whenever you see Vegeta doing his ultimate attack, Vanish Step and then instantly blue card. Now you also just need to be careful, because you might figure out that, for example, you don't have a blue card. Now if you keep a green card safe, then you will always be able to get a blue card, because the greens for the boo that you're using give you a blue card. So when in doubt, just keep the green card and you'll pretty much be able to have a solid foundation. Of course, what I suggest as well, if you are looking at being out of blue cards, being out of green cards, if you have your Rising Rush available, you can also use that as well, and it helps you out a ton. Now we move on to the second fight, or second stage of the Captain Ginyu fight. The tables have turned and we are now using Captain Ginyu. Things are a bit difficult with this one. Firstly, it's going to depend on obviously your Captain Ginyu, the stars you have and everything like that. Captain Ginyu can be a character you may have at low stars, and that can affect your performance. On top of that as well, the boosts for the saga are not amazing, so that could also give you some problems. For me, I definitely think like the fight is quite challenging. Something to watch out for is the tag Gohan and Krillin. The more they switch, the more damage they'll do to you. So if you let them switch too much, you're going to have some problems. I suggest you Rise and Rush them, and that will give you the space that you need to be able to essentially have a good time against them. I think if you don't Rise and Rush them, you don't do enough damage, they're going to switch too quickly, and then you're going to take too much damage. Then we have the fight against Cell. This one definitely much easier than the fight against Krillin, Gohan and Vegeta. It's actually fairly simple. You don't have to really do anything, you just have to basically Rising Rush him, and then you're good to go. And then the final fight, where you play as the Vegeta against the Buu, is also very simple. The only thing I suggest for the Vegeta fight is that you do not, obviously, make sure that you use his ultimate arts. If you use his main ability, and you draw his ultimate arts, and you use that ultimate arts, then you are going to instantly blow up your Vegeta, and then you're going to have a very, very, very poor time. So really, that's my biggest suggestion for the Vegeta one. I think overall you shouldn't actually have any problems with the Vegeta one. I think you won't have any major issues. It just ultimately boils down to the fact that, yes, you are probably going to need to make sure you don't ultimate arts and expose yourself and then lose, because that would be a poor decision, even though I myself did that by accident. So definitely something I would say try to refrain from. Other than that, that's basically it. Obviously the reason you want to do these fights is pretty straightforward. You want to do these fights so that you can get the manga volume covers, so you can complete the manga missions for 2000 chronos, as well as also, of course, completing the manga missions for the cool illustrations and arts as well. That's it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know if you have any questions or queries or anything like that, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care, stay safe, and bye.